Alright, now, it has taken me so long to review this movie, but it's finally time to check this vlog out, and I gotta say, pretty good. So, let's get started with the... You're all going to die tonight. Evil Dead. Okay, so Evil Dead is the remake of the classic horror film Evil Dead. Same name, so no changes. And it's basically the story about these kids that go over to this cabin in the woods, that go into this basement, find a book that is like bound in human flesh and can unleash demons, and it unleashes hell onto these people. It's basically the premise to Cabin in the Woods, except instead of releasing, zombies, they unleash a demon. Now I'm going to say it straight to the point, Evil Dead is pretty freaking disturbing in a lot of parts. Not disturbing like oh my god, this is going to give me nightmares forever, but disturbingly gory. And that is the appeal for this movie. This movie was not made to scare you as much as it was made to throw out tons and tons of blood, gore, and, well, I don't want to say tits because there's no nudity in this movie whatsoever. That actually really surprised me, and I give it props for that. This movie was just blood, blood, blood. Especially the last scene in the movie. Now the characters in the movie, somewhat cliched, and they're pretty obvious of who they are, and you're like, okay, that person's gonna die, that person's gonna die. And what actually surprised me is they got a really good person to play the possessed woman, the Deadite, who she was possessed by. She was a really good actress. She actually plays an addict who's going through withdrawal, because that's the whole premise of this movie. That they're going to take this girl to this cabin in the middle of the woods because he's a drug addict and they want her to do withdrawal. And it's a really good explanation for this movie because you never know why in the original they didn't want to leave. Like, I'd just be like, okay, let's just get the hell out of here, okay? And this one, they got a really good reason because when she's freaking out, when she's going through withdrawal, she's all pissed off and she's saying things to make sure she leaves. In this one, she's all like, there's something in the woods trying to kill us, and they're just like, I can't believe she's going through detox like this, it's so sad. They have no idea that she's telling the truth. And that is awesome. It's only until the very last minute that they are shit out of luck that they actually find out she is telling the truth. Now, I find it incredibly stupid why this demon is released, because you have to read a passage from the book to actually unleash the demon. Now, I don't know why this guy thought it was a great idea to read this book. Why he ever even decided to open it. It was bound in human flesh with an eyeball on it. It has satanic imagery and writing in it. And he even put his own blood on it and summoned the demon. Why would you do that, buddy? You're just asking. You're just like, hey, come kill me. Now, as a dad, I really wish they had more time in the movie. I wish it was a little bit longer because in the trailers you saw that there were some pretty funny lines that the demon had said. But fortunately in the original movie, or this movie's final cut, they didn't have time to give her all the funny lines that she was supposed to say that they had. So maybe one day there'll be like an extended edition to this, or like an unrated edition that'll have all that stuff. But for what I paid for, which is the regular DVD, didn't have it. And they didn't have it in theaters either. And pretty much the point of this movie is just to watch these kids die in the most creative ways. And it's kind of like a mix of Evil Dead 1 and 2, because certain kills from Evil Dead 1 and 2 are mixed into this movie, which is really cool. And that tree raping scene is back, so yeah. That's actually one scene I didn't think they'd actually put in this movie, but they did. Give them props. And there was a really sweet scene after the credits, so stick around for that. In the end, Evil Dead was a lot of fun to watch. I definitely like to enjoy horror movies. It's not scary in any way, but it's gory as hell, and that should be enough for any fan who likes stuff like the 80s version of The Blob or Deadly Spawn or something like that. If you like old 80s movies that have just relied on gore, you will like this movie. So just know that this movie is for you. And being a gore fan myself, here is the rating for Evil Dead. Evil Dead is worth watching at full price. I can't say buy it because some of the stuff that they cut out, and it's not as gory as you think it would be for like a couple of parts, and there are some parts where a movie gets boring. But completely enjoyable to the end. So, thank you for watching my review of The Evil Dead, and I will see you guys on the next After the Show.